Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining the call today. This is Brad Lewis. I'm the VP of Sales at Premier Marketing on the final expense side. And I have the pleasure of having Trevor Keeble with us today, Regional Sales Director from Corebridge Financial. Today, we're going to talk about the SimpliNow Legacy Final Expense product. You probably already know the guaranteed issue product that they have available, but this is their true final expense product that they have. And again, it's from Corebridge Financial, which was formerly AIG. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Trevor.
Brad, thank you very much. I really appreciate the time having me on and your friendship and partnership. Happy to be on with the team and go through this today. As Brad mentioned, my name is Trevor Keeble. I am Regional Sales Director at Corebridge Financial, responsible for our relationship with Premier for our guaranteed issue in our final expense product. As Brad also mentioned, we're going to spend our time today focused specifically on that final expense product, SimpliNow Legacy. When we're working on developing this product, we understand, of course, that the product is absolutely important, but the process and the ease of the process is just as vital in these types of products as the actual product itself. So we kind of built our process around the mantra that your time is money. And we want to make it an easy, smooth process for you so that you can monetize every one of your leads and every one of your client appointments. And I'll walk through the ways that we've done that and have built that process to do that for you coming up in the next handful of minutes. But I want to touch on just briefly, because Brad, you mentioned Corebridge Financial, formerly AIG. That is true. Some of you may be familiar with this transition. Some of you may not. So I'll touch on it just very briefly on what is going on. You all are familiar with the brand AIG. You may also know then that AIG's biggest component of its businesses has always been its commercial property and casualty businesses. So because of that, back in 2022, about the beginning of 2022, they decided they were going to spin off its life and retirement division into its own separate standalone company. So that took place in September of 2022. We went public, we had an IPO. So AIG Life and Retirement is now Corebridge Financial. What does that mean for you? What does that mean for your clients? Well, it doesn't mean a lot. Nothing has changed. The products, the people, the processes, the websites, your agent numbers, all of that has remained the same. In fact, the paper that you're writing these policies on is still issued by American General Life, and it always will be. Think of this more as really from your perspective, a marketing shift where things will be now branded with the Corebridge Financial name, logo, colors, things of that nature. But everything else to you should have been seamless. And if you didn't know that the change took place, then that means that we did the job appropriately because it was a seamless transition for you. Now, we've got a couple products in this distribution that we focus on. Most of you are probably familiar with our guaranteed issue product. We've had that product the longest. It's a very popular product. The one that we're going to talk about today, our final expense product, is newer to us, about 18 months or so at this point, but it now allows us to offer the product types for your clients that fit regardless of their health conditions. Our final expense product is pretty standard from a product spec perspective. So issue ages 50 to 80. We have a level version of the product for the healthier clients. That is our SimpliNow Legacy Max. And for those that might have a few health impairments, our graded version is our SimpliNow Legacy. And that graded version is very simply 110% of premiums back in the first 2 years, unless the death is by accident, and then it's full death benefit paid. The level version is full death benefit immediately, like any other level final expense product. We recognize, again, with the final expense products in this marketplace that the process is really king and most important. So we spent a lot of time focusing on that with our e-application. Our process works in a way that it is an instant decision process 100% of the time. So the case is never referred to an underwriter, so you never have to tell a client that they, you'll get back to them in 5-10 days after the carrier has a chance to look at it. You don't have to go back out to the client's house after that underwriter has made the decision. The decision is immediate, instantly, 100% of the time. More importantly, that decision is provided to you early in the application process. All you're doing is entering the client's name, birth date, social, personal information, going through the health questions, and then getting that decision. Only after that decision has been rendered do you have to go in and complete the rest of the application, the beneficiary information, the payment information, the signature processes, all of that. We wanted to make sure that you had that decision early in the process, again, around the mantra that time is money, so you can monetize every appointment so you know what you need to do. Best case scenario, it's approved at the level version of the product and you move forward with the application process. If the decision is anything other than level, we provide a very comprehensive due to reason. So we will tell you very explicitly why the client was not approved for level. And we do that for a couple reasons. Number one, again, because we want to help you monetize every lead. Ideally, in a perfect world, you're doing it with us. If we can't offer you a level decision, though, we're going to tell you very specifically why, so that you can make that decision early in that appointment. Maybe you have somewhere else that you can go that might give the client level for that specific due to reason. Or you might look at it and say, you know what? I don't think I can get level with anybody. I'm going to proceed with the graded decision here. Or maybe it was a decline instead of a graded offer. And you say, you know what? Again, I can't get them this, final expense product with anybody else that I'm working with. So let's just go ahead and make that pivot now, early in the process, to help save you and your clients time to proceed with the guaranteed issue product. So that's really kind of the whole purpose around that early decision. Early decision, instantaneous decision every time, early in the app process with the comprehensive due to reason, so you can make the decision early to pivot if you need to. We don't do an MIB check, so the underwriting, the background checks that we're doing from those underwriting health questions are really a candor check. Okay, so I always tell everybody that you're going to get more points if you're honest on the application, even if they have a condition or they need to answer yes, and we validate it with the background check in the background, the candor check. You're going to get more points for that than if you were to not disclose something and then we find it when we're doing that candor check in the back. So honesty is always the best policy. Those checks are really just validating the answers to the decisions that you provided from the client into those health questions on the early part of the process. We also want to make it easy for you. We've got all your payment options available. Of course, you can do EFT. We also offer credit card payments and Social Security debit. So direct express payments are also accepted with this product. Regardless of the payment type, there is no change to your commission, whether you're doing a automatic bank draft or they're paying with credit card or direct express, the commission is the same for you regardless. You also, if you need to get a policy on the books before you leave, you can use one payment type to get it in effect and then change the recurring payment after the policy is enforced to a different method if it's easiest for the client and for you to do that, which of course allows you to put that policy in force immediately at that specific time of appointment. Again, wrapped around that, the bow of time is money, monetize every lead, monetize every appointment. Some underwriting points that, again, may be beneficial to you when you're trying to figure out which product might be best for your client. A couple of things on the left we already mentioned a moment ago. Instant decisions, which means no back and forth for an underwriter. There's no follow-up client interviews, and we do not pull MIB in our background checks. Some of the areas of focus where you might see more favorable decisions from an underwriting perspective, clients, if they've got diabetes with a stable A1C and they are not on daily insulin, we can offer those clients level. Some rheumatoid and psoriatic arthritis conditions also can provide level coverage offers on. A big one that we hear about all the time is stage 1 cancers. Almost all of the most common, most frequent stage 1 cancers, we will offer level coverage on, even if it's been diagnosed or treated in the last 48 months. One of them that's not on here that we hear a lot about that is very important is neuropathy and diabetic neuropathy. We do not ask about or underwrite neuropathy or diabetic neuropathy. So I know in the the age range, the 50 to 80 age range of the clients that are looking for these types of products, those are very common conditions, and they are sometimes penalized for having those conditions with other carriers that you might work with. Not the case with us. We do not ask about or underwrite any of those, either of those conditions for this final expense SimpliNow product. If none of that was enough for you to give the product a look, if you haven't already, maybe this will change your mind. We're running a fantastic agent bonus on this program or on this product as we speak. And this agent bonus is in addition to your normal compensation that you have with us, which, by the way, is extremely high. We have some of the top comp in the industry on final expense products. If we are not your highest, we are neck and neck with the highest comp that you have available for a final expense product. So if you haven't looked at the product, you may not have realized how attractive the comp was. Certainly take a look at the schedule you're set up on, because it is very attractive. It does offer a very high compensation. But in addition to that compensation, we are running an agent bonus. Very simply, the bonus runs the entire length of 2023, and it includes any policies you may have already got issued prior to us speaking today. So it started back on January 1. It runs the entire year. 10 paid SI apps, 10, that's it. 10 paid SI apps gets you a $2,500 bonus. No strings attached. The way it works is very, very simple. We do wait the free look period, which is about 30 days on these products, to make sure the policy is still on the books, it's still active. If it is, after the free look period, we would start the process to cut the bonus check to you. I say cut the bonus check figuratively. It would be paid to you in whatever manner you receive your regular commissions from us. There are 3 levels in this bonus. The 10 paid apps for $2,500 is the top level. We do pay $25 for the first app. After the third one, we pay $250. Again, those are issued apps. So $25 for the first, $250 after 3, and then after you get all 10, we send you the remainder of the $2,500. So that's a pretty attractive figure, $2,500, and I think we would all agree that it's an attainable, a very attainable application count at 10, and we've done that for very specific reasons. We want you to take a look at the product. We want you to take a look at the process. We want you to see how smooth the process is, how we've built this process, again, around that mantra of time is money, monetize every one of your leads. And for doing that, we want to reward you. And we're going to reward you in the form of the bonus. After the 10th one, we'll give you a $2,500 bonus. The QR code you see on the screen is live. You're welcome to take a picture of it, snap a picture of it, and it will take you right to a link for the flyer that has all of the details about the bonus that we just walked through. And then the last thing I'll touch on, and then Brad, I'll throw it back to you, is just some additional resources. So accessing the product that we're speaking about, the final expense product, is very, very simple. You have to do it through our agent website, which is Connext. So if you're not already registered for Connext, it's a very simple process. It takes 2 minutes, maybe, to create a username and a password and link your agent code to that, so it has all of your appropriate information. Again, these QR codes are active, so you can use your phone's camera to go to the register on Connext QR code, the one on the far left, if you needed to. If you're already registered, you simply log in. On the home page, you're going to see a link right in the middle, right on the home page, that says SIWL e-application. And you click that link and it launches you right in to the e-application process. If you look at the middle QR code, our agent resource site, there's a ton of very valuable information on here. So you'll have the information about all the slides that we went through today. You'll find the guides for the product, the producer guide, the consumer guide. There's also an underwriting guide that lists out all of the underwriting questions. So you can take a look at those if you want. It'll give you a link to the bonus flyer we just spoke about. There's also a cheat sheet, a brand new cheat sheet that we created that is a one-pager, gives you bulleted differentiators for the product, the process, the underwriting, all the things we went through today, so that you can use it as you are helping yourself get more familiar and get more comfortable with the product. So as we kind of round third base here, I want to again just take a moment to thank you all for your time. I certainly appreciate it. We know how busy you all are, so to take valuable time and listen is very meaningful to us. Okay, and if you haven't already taken a look at the product, please do. Again, we've developed the product and process around the mantra that time is money, with the instant decision underwriting early in the application process that provides very comprehensive due to reason to help you pivot if you need to. And then, of course, you've got the multiple payment types, you've got the high compensation, you've got the agent bonus on top of it. So you've got a lot of things there that make this product in this process an attractive one. And we urge you to take a couple of minutes to familiarize yourself with it and run through an application if you haven't already. We certainly would appreciate it. Brad, I thank you again for the opportunity to have me on. I'm going to pause here and pass it back over to you.
Hey, Trevor, thanks for joining us today. I really appreciate you being on this call and informing our agents of all the features and benefits of the SimpliNow Legacy product, how it works, and where it really fits well with the clients. The team at Premier is very excited to help with SimpliNow Final Expense from Corebridge Financial. So make sure you reach out to Nate, Rick, or Tom at Premier at 800-365-8208. Thanks.